Alright, I'm here with my 2004 Honda Pilot, and I'm gonna attempt to do the spark plugs today. As you can see, I kind of already started just to see what it would entail. It's not too bad. So to begin, you're gonna want to remove the cover. Obviously, open up your hood. I'll show you what spark plugs I got. Bought these about a year ago. Didn't have a chance to do it, but these are the NGK plugs. I think I bought these on Amazon. These are the part number. This is the part number. Let me see if I got another. Oh, there you go. That's the part number right there. Alright, so to begin, there's 4 10mm bolts right up top here. Right there. There's 4 of them holding this cover on. So once you remove that cover, there is another cover right here that covers this set of spark plugs. There's these 2 little plastic clips, maybe 3. I think I might have one missing. There's another one right there. You turn those a quarter of a turn or half a turn, and this comes off. And that's when we get to see the spark plugs right underneath. Alright, so this is the first one I took off already. It's basically the same system for all 6. It's just that the back ones are just a little bit tighter. Alright, so first thing you want to do is unplug the connector that's right here. So there's a little clip on the side. You're going to squeeze that down. There might be tight because obviously no one has probably ever changed this. So that comes off right there. See that? And you're going to need a 6mm Allen head. If you can see the shape of that. See, it's not a socket. So you're gonna put that in there. Like I said, it might be tight because no one's ever changed them. Alright, this one I have not done, so it's gonna give me a little difficulty. Okay, come on. There we go. Alright, so now you're gonna unscrew that. Don't lose this. Put this right here. Now the coil pack comes off, slides out. Alright, so I slid this into the radiator fan. Just be careful not to hit the radiator with it. So now we put that aside. And a good thing to have for this job is a socket, spark plug socket, which is a 5/8 socket, and about a 6-inch extension. So now this is gonna go in here. Remember, you're gonna want to go into the radiator just a bit. Remember not to hit the actual radiator. It's just so you have space to feed this in, or whatever makes you comfortable. Because in the first one I went into the radiator a bit. Let me see what I can do here. I might have to put the socket in first and then put the extension in. Alright, let me do that first. Alright, let's get this thing situated. Please don't fall over. Where are we at? Come on. Alright, here we go. So I dropped the socket in first, gently, and then I put in the extension, and it seemed to work. So now I'm going to crack it loose. It shouldn't be that tight to begin with, because they're spark plugs. It's a very delicate thread, I guess you want to call it, that goes into aluminum heads. So you kind of estimate when it's loose. we're gonna pull it out. We might need an old fuel hose or old fuel line to get it out. But sometimes it doesn't seem like there's enough space to pull out everything at once. All right, so now I'm gonna pull the extension out. Put that to the side. As you can see, I'm holding on to the socket. Hopefully the spark plug is there. No, it's not. Sometimes a flexible magnet will work. I'm gonna drop this back in there, see if I could get it. Okay. No, see, it's not unthreaded completely because I can still hear the threads. Let's try it now again. Oh, it fell in. All right. Give me a second. Let me see what I can do. Let me try this magnet here. All right, there we go. There we go. See this magnet? Magnet was able to pull it out. It's a little telescoping extended magnet. If that doesn't work, you might be able to get a fuel line in there, and you put the fuel line on this tip and it's flexible enough to move it. These don't look too bad though as compared to the new ones. See how it's not wet, it's not burnt. Doesn't look too bad. All right, so on to the next one. Let me just move this so you can see better. Just make sure nothing goes in there. All right, I'm gonna pull this out. Out. Alright, that should be enough. Let's see if I could snake it out. Oh, still on there. Alright, let's see. There it is. All right, so alright, so that's the new one here. Now, some people say you shouldn't put anti-seize, that it might make you tighten it even more. I'm gonna put a little bit because who knows if the next time I gotta change them, how difficult or, you know, seized up in the engine they're gonna be. So I'm gonna put just a little dab on here. I'm not gonna drench it, just so it's just for precautions for next time. Alright, so I put just a little bit. That's it. I'm gonna try not to drop it in there. Alright, where's the extension? Alright. Slowly get it in there. Now you gotta feel for it. If you feel it binding, just back off and start again. That feels like it went in. The actual torque spec ratings for these are 13 pounds. I'm not gonna do it because I kind of already have a feeling for these. You don't want to tighten it like if you're tightening a wheel stud or an axle nut, or just, you know, you're not tightening this to, you know, so that it won't ever come off. This is just something that you snug up and make sure it's, you know, sufficiently tight. So let me see. All right, so right there I'm pretty much snug. I can't go anymore. I'm gonna go maybe quarter of a turn. Let's see how that feels. All right, I could go like half a turn. Boom, right there, half a turn. That's it. So now we're gonna do that for the rest of them. Oh, and the gap is 0.040, I think, or 0.40. The gap is 0.040, so you don't want to make it too close to this gap right here, 0.040. Between that and I think 043. So I hope you could see this on the camera. I got my gauge. 0.043 is like around here. So this is a brand new one. Let's see what it shows. That's it. I can't go any further. So I think that's pretty much good. A little bit of anti-seize. All right, let's try this out. Got it in there. All right. Now we can get it started. We're going to tighten it. Alright, so I can't really go anymore loosely, so I'm going to go about half a turn without hitting the camera. That's it, no more. Back it out. Let's pull this extension out. Okay. Next one. This is the most difficult one as far as getting the extension and stuff through. Alright, think it's on. Oh, that one dropped in, but that's okay. Now we're going to thread it on. That's it. Oh yeah, the tool fell. Come on, socket. To get that with the magnet. And now we just install everything. Some places say to put a dab of dielectric grease on the tip over here. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit right in the hole. You don't wanna, I call it drown it. See, I don't know if you can see that. You don't wanna drown it, just a little bit. So you have a little blob in there, let me take that out. Slide this thingamajigger back in. I don't know if that's a real word or not. This will self-align, so you don't need to go crazy with it. Next one. These two are a little pain in the ass to get in. I mean, to get out. There we go. Tighten it back up. You don't want to kill these either. That's on, and then we snug it. Boom. That's it. Next one. Snug it. Snug it, reconnect them. Make sure they're looped, they're tight. Alright, so that's it for those. Alright, so the rear ones, are back here. You got one right here, and it's hard to see. You got one right there, another one behind these two connectors. You might have to move either that connector over or unbolt it or unclip it, and you got one more behind this other set of hoses right there. So I'm basically gonna do the same thing to the back that I did in the front. You should have more space because the radiator is not in the way. Look how close that radiator is. So there should be some more space in there. Alright, so let me get to that. Alright, so I'm done with these. The rear was actually pretty much easy compared to the front over here. Like I said, the radiator didn't give me much space. There's a lot more space back here, although it's kind of hard to really feel and get as much leverage as you can in the front. So I have a little tip, two tips actually. This Allen key goes into the bolt for the coil cap. So what you can do is, for leverage, put a smaller wrench on here, and when you go to loosen it, you grab the end of this right there where you see the open end. That'll give you a lot more leverage. Also, for assistance on the connectors, like these connectors here, they've never been moved or taken off. So while you're holding on to this right here to loosen it, where's my light? Sorry. All right, focus. Right there. While you're holding on to this to loosen, you could actually shove this right in between here. Now you're not gonna pull it off with this. You're just gonna give it a little bit of assistance. You could turn it. You could turn it like that. Turn it sideways, and it'll start feeding it out. That way you don't have to pinch and squeeze your thumb so hard. And then once it finally pulls out, you end up scratching your thumbs or ripping your gloves or whatever you want not to happen. So yeah, so next thing to do is put these covers back on, and hopefully there's no check engine light. But yeah, these are the old ones. See that? Not too bad of a job. Alright guys, but thanks for watching. Really appreciate you guys sending me comments, your likes, your shares, whatever whatever you guys like to say. Appreciate it. And thanks for watching Dirty Dog Mechanic. Peace.